So who here remembers Kirby? Okay. Who here loves Kirby? Alright. Who here has heard of or played Kirby Air Ride? Well, damn. To be fair, I didn't know where I was going with this either. I love Kirby. Played a bunch of his games, played a bunch of games he's in, but my two favorite games are Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards, and Kirby Air Ride. Technically, Air Ride is a spin-off game, but who cares? It's got Kirby in it. He's moving, he's having a good time. Kirby games have definitely never been the most challenging, but Air Ride offers a bit more challenge than usual, and a whole lot of competition.
Or if you're like me, you play against the computers.
So just what is Kirby Air Ride? Kirby Air Ride is like if Mario Kart had Kirby in it, but better. Wait. Kirby Air Ride is like a top-down pocket racer. Wait. Kirby steals your car and kills you. Kirby Air Ride is Grand Theft Auto. Kirby's pink, Kirby's round, Kirby's He also races. Air Ride's one of the best games in the entire series, and for good reason too. But like, why is it such a good game? It just looks like another Mario Kart, but by Nintendo, the ones who made This game's existence barely makes sense, but boy am I glad it's here. It's almost like some dude in the conference room came in all like, "Ayo, Kirby and Mario Kart, right?" But the innovation at the time was all like, "No!" And instead, they made this game with 3 different modes, a bunch of floating, and this little guy. I know I keep saying Mario Kart, but this game actually stands on its own very well. Like I said, Air Ride has 3 different modes: Air Ride, Top Ride, and City Trial. Each one is fun and competitive in their own respective ways, and offer their own spins on kart racing. Or I guess in this case it's Star Racing, because, get it, it's Kirby, he takes the Warp Star and is all like... Alright, enough talking about how the game be, and more about what it do. We're gonna run down the list of game modes from top to bottom, starting with the most advertised mode, Air Ride. Air Ride is what I keep comparing this game to Mario Kart for. It's a basic 4-person race for first place. There are 9 different tracks to race on, each with their own theme and music. Throughout each track, you can grab power-ups, you know, like the wheelie and the birdie and the sleepy. These power-ups will help you attack enemies, get an advantage, go faster, whatever the situation is. You can also find secrets in the track, unlock new stars, different colored Kirbys, and work towards unlocking the secret 9th track, Nebula. Each star you unlock is different in their own way. Some allow for different speed, some allow for more movability and turning, some give better gliding, and so on. All of this ties together into making this a true Kirby game, spin-off or not. You still find the secrets, you still grab different power-ups for different situations, and you unlock later levels. It gives you that true Kirby charm, except this time you're racing. The concepts in this mode actually translate into the other modes too. So don't think they're gonna go away. You're gonna want them. Air Ride mode is a good way to sit back with a couple friends
Or computers.
and have a good old-fashioned race fest. Surprisingly, in this game, you don't hate each other's guts by the end of the race. Alright, on to Top Ride mode. This one's a bit strange, and in my opinion is a bit lesser from the other 2 modes. But, as I said, I'm going down the list, so this one's next. Top Ride plays a bit like Air Ride, but in a different way. It's still a 4-person race, but this time from a top-down perspective, hence the name Top Ride. This one runs in a much smaller scale and time frame from the Air Ride races, but still runs with laps, items, and stars. Though in this mode there's only 2 stars instead of many, because it's just a different control stick layout. So I'm not going to get into that. You can still unlock many different things, play on different themed tracks, and find hidden pathways. Honestly, this mode plays kinda like it should be a mobile game. And I wouldn't care if it came back as one in the future. I'd welcome it. You've got the full screen view, easy access to control, 4-player multiplayer. I mean, just look at it. It fits perfectly on the phone screen. The power-ups in this mode are a bit weird looking at times, and it's sometimes hard to tell what does what. Like, what is that? Oh, it do that. It actually adds to the hecticness, and that if you aren't paying attention, you can get screwed or screw someone else in a matter of seconds.
Plus, it's funny to watch the little Kirbys try to race on this tiny platform.
Alright, now for the big one. You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm talking about. You've probably been screaming at me this whole time to get to the good part, so here it is. City Trial, baby! Yeah! City Trial is easily the best aspect of this game. First thing you do when you start up this mode, you change the time to as much as possible, which is 7 minutes, and trust me, you're gonna wish you had more. The mode starts off with 4 Kirbys and 4 identical stars. From this point on, Where? That's up to you. Your objective is to run around the city, look for power-ups, and help your star get better stats no matter what you may get. All throughout this, you can kill or be killed, steal a star, destroy some buildings, harass your friends, do this, grind some rails, throw a bomb, dive into a volcano, go to the heavens, experience strange events, and way more. This mode has it all, and it's what you're going to be doing the majority of the time playing Air Ride. This is the mode I remember the most, and I'm sure many of you do as well. So what's the point of doing all of this? Why am I getting all these power-ups? Why am I getting stats? What's the point? You've got to get yourself out and try to harass the other players as much as possible so that you can get the best star at the end for a minigame. The problem here is that every minigame at the end of the time is completely random, and you have to suit your star to be best for the job. So maybe you have a gliding contest, a destruction derby to get the most kills, do an air ride race, and a ton more that unlock as you play. You can play this mode for hours and never remember how long you've been playing. It's something that any person who owns a GameCube needs to experience. Each time you load up a match of City Trial, the weather is completely randomized. The events during the match are randomized, and the stars that spawn are random. Everything is a fresh experience when you start, and it's unlikely to have the same outcome every time. Which is what makes this mode so great and replayable over the other two. There's more secrets in this mode than any other, and the amount of unlocks for it makes the gameplay phenomenally better each time you start. Now you've heard me talking about unlocks throughout the whole video, but how do they work? Nintendo actually managed to make unlocks the most fun I've ever seen in a video game. Each of the 3 modes has this sheet of checkboxes, and it's completely separate for each mode. Every time you complete a challenge, you get that box checked off. The glory of this is how random and unpredictable completing a challenge is. You can have your obvious ones like complete X track in under Y time, do X thing this many times, but the rest are just so strange and fun. Like destroying all the houses in City Trial. It unlocks you a piece to one of the 2 legendary vehicles of the game. Who would think to do that? Like, come on. You're just fucking around, destroying some buildings, wrecking homes, and you get rewarded? You can do the strangest things in these modes, and it's probably a reward of some kind, whether it be a star unlock, a different color Kirby, or access to a special menu, or even an item. This is the reason why I keep coming back to this game. I want to clear all the checkboxes 100%. I want to get all the unlocks. It's so much fun, man. There's also fun side things in Kirby Air Ride. You can unlock characters like Meta Knight and King Dedede, set records for certain minigames and races. There's even LAN capability. Like, come on, LAN. You remember that? The thing nobody used, like, come on. You remember that? I never got to experience LAN because it was always just me and my friend Will with an argument over who got to play the poop Kirby. I'm gonna end this on that note. So that's Kirby Air Ride broken down for you. What are your thoughts? Tell me down below. There's a lot about this game I left out intentionally so many people can go discover it themselves. It's a bit old, you never know. I just want to give you a thanks for watching, I love you. And if you want to do more with me, there's links down below for Twitter and Discord, which I really want to talk to you. See you later.